इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही का जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी। ये एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Hello and good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining this webinar called Business Opportunity Over Chai. Business Opportunity Over Chai is a webinar series presented by the management of Franchise India every day at 12 o'clock in the afternoon with an aim to introduce you to a new business opportunity. Every day we bring exciting and franchise business opportunity from across the industry. Over the past 27 years, Franchise India has proudly helped thousands of investors. So over the past 27 years, Franchise India proudly helped thousands of investors selecting the right franchise business opportunity and successfully start their entrepreneurial journey. Franchise India, as the world's largest integrated franchise solution company, our role is to ensure that your decision, you take an informed decision, and your journey from an investor to entrepreneur is smooth and successful. The objective of this webinar is to give you a direct opportunity to connect with the brand founders, the key stakeholders, understand the business opportunity in detail, and openly ask any sort of question which you may have related to the brand and the business, the investments, etc. before you take the actual decision. In today's webinar, we are going to talk about a fast-growing technology-driven healthcare retail brand called Farmacy Bazaar. Farmacy Bazaar is a fast-growing technology-driven healthcare brand focused on making genuine and affordable. So this brand is focused on making genuine and affordable medicine accessible to every Indian households. Established with root dating back to 1992, the brand has evolved from a traditional pharmacy into a modern omni-channel healthcare platform, combining offline retail stores and a digital platform offering through the web and the mobile applications. The brand operates on a strong foundation of licensed chemists, transparent pricing, and a trusted supply chain, ensuring authenticity and compliance in every transaction. With offering, the ranges from allopathic medicine to wellness products and the healthcare essentials, the Pharmacy Bazaar caters to a wide spectrum of everyday healthcare need. What set this brand apart is its focus on technology, integration, affordability, and customer trust. With a clear vision to become India's most trusted pharmacy network, the Pharmacy Bazaar is now offering opportunity to be a part of their success journey as a franchise partner. And to talk about the same, I'm joined with Tapas Biswas, who is the director of this company. I'm also joined with my friend, with my colleague. We have Bimal Agarwal, who's the business head from part of India, and Tanu, who's the strategy consultant from. So before I invite Tapas Biswas, who's the managing director, I would like to inform other viewers that you also have opportunity to ask questions related to the brand or the business. My request is to please keep on posting your queries into the Q&A box, and we will take them up during the presentation. So, may I now request Tapas Viswas, the director. So let's get started with your little bit of introduction and a little bit of your journey so far. How has been the journey so far? What, all things you are focusing on, and what is your way forward to take this company for in the next 5-10 years? So, yeah, over to you, sir.
Yes. Hi. Good morning, everybody. Are you audible,
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
sir? Hi. Good morning, everybody. Myself, Tapas Kumar Vishwas, Promoter Director of Farmacy Bazaar Limited. This Farmacy Bazaar was established in 1992, and we have doing the online and offline businesses. This is actually supply of medicines to door. हेलो
Yes, sir.
विमल सुनाई दे रहा है तो
Yes, yes. Please go ahead.
हेलो
Yes, sir. Please go
हाँ
ahead.
तो okay so our main target is to supply medicines to all the families door to door, and we have online business and offline store also there. We have now 8 stores in West Bengal, and we are planning to develop it in all the parts of West Bengal and connecting Odisha, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, and also in Assam and connected northeast areas. And our next target is to spread in Bangalore and others connecting areas. And we are doing online business. That we have also one app is there, Pharmacy Bazaar app in Android and iOS. And through app, we are delivering our medicines to all over India. Our delivery channel partner is DTDC delivery, and others also there. And also some franchisees also there. They are working all over West Bengal. Hello. This is our model, sir.
Okay. So, Pharmacy Bazaar basically already have a very good network in online platform, and
Yeah.
now they are also expanding their offline stores across pan-India locations. Initially, we'll start with Eastern India. Because we already have a few stores in West Bengal, and now we are looking to expand the business across West Bengal as well as other Eastern India states first. In a phase-wise manner, we'll move to other states based on tenure. Initially, we'll start first year in expanding the brand to at least 200 stores in the Eastern India region, and then we will progress towards West India or other regions. And now I'll invite Tanu to give a small understanding on the commercial structure of the pharmacy and how it is different from other brands.
Yeah, thank you, Vishal. Thank you, Bimal. So to understand the context that yes, the pharmacy market in India is growing owing to the chronic diseases increase, and especially the organized retail of the industry is gaining the trust of the consumers based on multiple factors, right? But again, that being said, our opportunity lies in the places where the giants or the oligopolic brands like Apollo, MedPlus, Wellness, they have a low penetration, and that happens to be our home ground. That is the Eastern India, and that is where we are targeting our growth, right? So these are the states that we are trying to capture with much more penetration depth, right? This is just the list of the cities, but we also try to capture all the markets, all the residential areas of the following cities. Like we already have a strong brand presence in West Bengal, better penetration rate than Polo and Guardian, and our main competitor is Frank Ross. Yes, so we do enjoy a bigger market share, but yes, owing to our success of the brand so far, We are trying to expand to the northeastern states, Assam and all the seven sisters alike, Orissa, Jharkhand, and Bihar, targeting all tier one, sorry, and the tier two cities. So for the proposal, we bring in FOFO model, and what we expect out of it is to have a store size of around 250 square feet, and you will be expected to have a setup cost of around 5.2 lakhs, and the franchise fee that we are asking for is 3 lakhs, which is very nominal considering the image of the brand that they carry in West Bengal, right? Then we are keeping the inventory light because we do understand that this is a pharma business, and the inventory would need to be rotated on a very hyper local basis. So to reduce that risk of dead stock for the investors, we are bringing in a very attractive and a light model, and we have a high average gross margin of 10 to 12%, which provides us a payback of mere 2 years. And yeah, that is our offering that we having, and I would like Bimal to take the charge and explain further on that.
Hi. So Pharmacy Bazaar already have a very good presence in the online platform, and now we are expanding the offline store for them. The overall margins, if you see here, is after customer discounting. Averagely, they are passing on a margin between 25 to 30% in a prescribed medicine format, and higher margins in surgical or generic medicines. So overall, after giving a 20% or 22% discount to customer, the gross margins that you can expect is between 10 to 12%, which is very high with Pharmacy Bazaar because of the volume that they are already doing across pan-India locations of through online deliveries. So even if when you open a offline store, the best part is that you can offer higher discounts and still make a good margins in the pharmacy trade, which is very unique in this business model. Most of the other brands will have a lower margins because individual store cannot expect a very high margin after giving such discounts. So we are planning to expand the brand very fast. We are looking for like-minded people to join us in different regions, wherever they, and this can start at a very small space, maybe 200 to 300 square feet. You can start this outlet, and there are a lot of support which will be provided from the company side. If you talk about support, initially in terms of setting up the outlet, company will help you with the interior layout, design, structure of the store. They will also assist you in terms of helping you finding a pharmacist for your store, as well as they will help you in procuring of drug license also for the pharmacy store. Generally, these are minimum requirement when you want to set up a pharmacy store. The main challenge is finding a good pharmacist at a good price, as well as getting drug license from the authority. So company will be assisting you in getting all these things streamlined, and you will get full assistance in getting the drug license and the pharmacist from the company assistance also. And after that also, there will be a lot of pre-opening, post-opening, marketing and other activities which will be provided by the company. I've received one question also on chat regarding the franchise fees and the store setup cost. Store setup cost, 5 lakh rupees is a bare minimum cost in setting up the whole store, as well as the equipment that are required for operating the outlet. And overall, if you look at a pharmacy store, your overall investment requirement is around 18 to 20 lakh rupees, 10 lakh rupees being inventory cost, 3 lakh rupees being franchise fees, and 5 lakh rupees for the whole store setup and equipment cost. So overall investment requirement is between 18 to 20 lakh rupees to start. But in a longer run, once your turnover increases, you might have to increase the inventory a bit also. initially you can start at 10 lakh rupees inventory. Just to make it light, we have reduced down the inventory cost to just 10 lakh rupees. But pharmacy stores are generally run on availability of medicines. So better availability of medicines, you will have better volume of sales. So you can start at 10 lakh rupees inventory also, but in a longer run, maybe in 6 months, 1 year down the line, once the sales reaches, say 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs or more monthly basis, then you might have to increase the inventory volume also. But initially to start, you can start at a very low investment of 18, 20 lakh rupees for a pharmacy physical offline store. Yes.
So, I mean, in case if you look into this opportunity, in India, I think healthcare is one of the fastest growing and the most essential sector. No matter what the situation is, people will always need medicine and the basic healthcare product. So I think demand is always going to be high. But the reality is also that a large part of pharmacy market is still unorganized. Many local stores lack transparency, the pricing, inconsistency, and the customer trust. And that's exactly where Pharmacy Bazaar comes in. It brings a structured, tech-enabled, trustworthy pharmacy model where customer know what they are, buying. They are getting genuine medicine at the right price. What makes even this more interesting is that the brand is not just a typical medical store. It's building an omni-channel model, combining the physical outlets with online ordering. That means you are not just dependent on walk-in customer, but also you are also tapping into the digital demand. Also, this is a recession-proof business, like fashion or the lifestyle. Healthcare doesn't slow down. People come back regularly, which means repeat business and the stable income will always be there. And the biggest opportunity is, of course, particularly in tier 2 cities and tier 3 cities, where the organized pharmacy chain are still limited. So with Pharmacy Bazaar, I think Pharmacy Bazaar franchise model and the support system, you can enter this market with a proven setup rather than just starting something from the scratch. So overall, I mean, if you look into this business, I think this is not just a business, it's a stable, essential, and a long-term opportunity where demand is guaranteed and the growth is, of course, is scalable.
And
Yeah,
also, sorry
yeah.
to interrupt, Bharat, but also to add that the company at the backbone is having tie-ups with multiple report labs, right? So, and they being the first touch point for the customers of collecting reports and everything, they do get a leverage sales for each and every franchisee, and also a better brand visibility across the state.
True, absolutely right. There are a few questions. Wim, if you could just check that. So let's say if any medicine gets expired, then what do you do with that? You take it back?
Okay, so there are multiple things. So company actually every 3 months, okay, if you have any unsold stock or there is a slow moving stock, in every 3 months, they do a reconciliation of stocks which are not getting sold in a certain period of time, and they try to rotate it to other stores. Okay, so there will be a very less expiry or medicines which are basically go to expiry at the end of 1 or 2 years, because every 3 months there is a structure where company actually reworks on all the slow moving medicines which are not sold in a specific period of time and try to transfer it to other stores from where these medicines are getting sold. So if you have slow moving medicines, that will be anyway be replaced within 3 to 6 months tenure, rather than keeping the medicines for 1 year, 2 year, and then getting it expired. Generally, most of the medicine will have a higher tenure of expiries. So this is handled by.
Hope that answers your question.
Yeah, correct.
Doctors tie up at local level. Are we doing it?
So
Or like what is the mechanism for tying up with the local doctors?
So all local doctors has to be tied up by the franchise partners. If you require assistance, company can give you assistance, but you have to also understand that in a pharmacy store, you cannot have a doctor sitting in the same setup. You have to have a separate entrance for the doctor sitting arrangement also. So within this 250, 300 square feet of store, you will not be able to have a doctor sitting arrangement as well. But if you have a bigger store with a bigger frontage where we can set up two different entrances, one for the doctors and one for the pharmacy store, then you can do that. Because as per drug license restrictions, you cannot have a doctor sitting in the pharmacy. It has to be a separate entrance for both. And doctor support can be provided for a specific as per client requirement. But that also we have to look at. But most of the doctor arrangement has to be done from the franchisee end.
Right. There's also a question which is related to elaborating the 5.2 lakhs in the store setup. Is it possible right now, or we would...
I think that can be taken up by Anu or Krishna ji. They will give a breakup of the store setup. Krishna ji.
Sure, sure. Let me just share the financial model. Give me a few seconds. In the meantime, Bimal, can you talk about what are the different elements of the investment?
Okay. So in a store setup, actually, there are 3-4 elements. One is the interior cost, civil furniture fixture, air conditioning, glass facade. So the whole store setup cost. And then you have equipments. Equipments, you will require billing system, you will require computer, printer for customer billing. So all those equipment is also a part of the setup cost. This 5.2 lakhs actually depends on the condition of the property, but averagely it is a budgeted cost for all the equipment as well as the civil and interior and furniture cost. I think Krishna ji is actually showing you the financial, sharing the financial breakup.
So here we have the financials, unit franchise model for Pharmacy Bazaar. In a few seconds, you will be able to see it on the screen. Yeah.
Not right now. It is
visible.
we can see
it
this
is
now.
visible now.
Yeah. So like Bimal said, the store size is 250 square feet. The monthly rental we have taken as 150 rupees per square feet. The monthly rental is coming out to be 37,500 rupees. Then we look at what are the breakup. What is the breakup of the store investment? The franchise fees that the brand will be charging is a minimum amount of just 3 lakh rupees. The store capex we have taken is 1,000 rupees per square feet. So the store capex is 2,50,000 rupees only. Signage and branding is 50,000 rupees, which is good enough to for a 250 square feet store. Equipment is 1,60,000 rupees. Business licenses and permits, drug license, GST license, trade license, FSSAI license, all that would be possible in 10,000 rupees. Inauguration and launch marketing would be another 50,000 rupees. So the total store investment is 8,20,000 rupees. If you look at the working capital, we will need an initial inventory of 10 lakh rupees. Rental deposit will be for 3 months. So that is 1,12,500 rupees. Operating working capital we will need for 2 months. So that is 1,77,000 rupees, which will include just the bare minimum working capital required, which would be the rentals, the employee cost and the utilities cost. So total working capital will be 12,89,500 rupees. So this is the breakup of the investment.
So overall, I believe 18 to 20 lakh rupees is the overall requirement, including the rental deposit and the operating working capital. Within 18 lakh rupees, you can set up the whole outlet, which includes 10 lakh rupees of stock, 3 lakh rupees of franchise fees, and rest is for setting up the whole store, signages, branding, your licenses cost, your inaugural marketing cost, all inclusive. Within 5.2 lakh rupees, you should be able to set up the whole store and launch it. I hope this answers, Vipulji, your question of setup. cost breakup.
And Bimal,
Bharat can take up other questions also.
yeah, I'm saying usually we get a lot of questions, regarding the competitors, right? So how we are going to take care of that? Like how Pharmacy Bazaar is different from the local chemist or the big chains like Apollo or the Med Plus, etc.
So basically, most of the prescribed medicines which are today prescribed by the doctors, the pharmacy chains generally run on availability of medicines. So most of these will be available at the store because company already has a very good online presence and they are selling pan-India basis through their online platform also, through their app also. And they have data of each region, that which are the medicines which are more required or which are more prescribed in a certain area. So they have the data of the medicines which are being sold in a certain locations. So based on the data, they will be basically keeping those medicines in those locations where we are setting up the outlet. So they will do the research work in finding which are the medicines which are generally sold in those areas, and they will keep the availability over there for those medicines. And based on that also, the availability will be better. Second, companies also into manufacturing of medicines. So they are already into manufacturing of a lot of generic medicines, which they are currently manufacturing in-house, which will be also passed on to the franchise stores, and they will have a higher margin on that, around 50 to 70% of margins from the generic medicines, which are in-house manufactured. So because of the higher commissions and availability of medicines, this becomes a unique proposition for any franchisee partner for Pharmacy Bazaar.
And also, would like to ask, like, how many staff member we required, and is it mandatory to have the pharmacist license?
Yes.
So we can see the employee benefit expense over here, and we have the breakup of staff here. So we will need one pharmacist. So in every pharmacy, there is a mandatory requirement for one pharmacist who has the drug license or pharmacy license, and then we will need two more. So the pharmacist, again, we have shown the salaries as well. One pharmacist at 15,000 rupees, two pharmacy assistants who do not need to have a pharmacist license, but they will be assisting the pharmacist at 12,000 rupees each. And then we have taken one home delivery person. So initially the home delivery person will not be required for 6 months, but later on from 7 months onward, we have budgeted a home delivery person at the rate of 12,000 rupees. So you can say 3 to 4 people.
So basically, every pharmacy, you require a pharmacist, and it could be a part-time pharmacist or a full-time pharmacist. If it is a full-time pharmacist, he will be sitting at the pharmacy store. But if the person who is employed by the pharmacy store, if he has knowledge of medicines, he can have a part-time pharmacist and other support staff to run the pharmacy store. But it is a mandatory to have at least one pharmacy, either part-time or full-time, who will be working from the pharmacy store as per regulation of the drug license requirement, so that right medicines are prescribed to the customers. Okay. Second, I think I have some more questions. So I could see one question from Mr. Vishal regarding the marketing activities, and if there is a requirement of a MR who can go and promote to the doctors. So basically, in a pharmacy chain, you do not require any dedicated MR to go and promote any specific medicines, because they are not manufacturing medicines which need to be promoted through the doctors. So any doctor who is prescribing any kind of medicines in a specific area or region, based on that, the availability of medicine will be managed by the company, and they will ensure that most of the medicines are available at the pharmacy store. You do not require any MR person for this. There are around 10,000 or more medicine shops in a specific state, and they do not keep any MRs or anything. So the only thing is any doctors who are sitting nearby to the pharmacy stores who are prescribing medicines to the patients, once the prescription comes to the retail store, they generally see which are the medicines which are generally prescribed by most of the doctors, and they try to keep the availability of those medicines in the pharmacy store. That is the only thing. And these are all supported by IT backbone, which is provided by the company. They have a TAT of 48 to 72 hours for delivering all the medicines which are required by the pharmacist. So the delivery is very fast. In some regions, they are able to deliver it within 24 to 48 hours. But for a distance state or other cities, it could be 48 hours to 72 hours stat for delivering of any medicines which are prescribed, which are required by the pharmacy chain. So company will ensure availability of all the medicines which are required by the pharmacy store. They will source it and supply it irrespective of whichever brand or whichever medicines are required. And they already have a vast experience of 30 years in this pharmacy trade. So they have tied up with all the leading brands who are manufacturing prescribed medicines, and they keep availability of a huge stock point at their end, and then they supply it to the pharmacy chains. So they are already running it on an online platform, delivering it pan-India basis. So they don't have any restriction or any issues in supplying of medicines. They will ensure availability of medicine. That is the main requirement for growing a business, as well as they are able to pass on higher margins to the pharmacy stores.
Right. So overall, in case if you look into this, the brand, I think this is a brand which combines physical pharmacy store plus online ordering through web or the application which they have. And that helps you capture both the walk-in and the digital customers, number one. Number two, this operates through licensed chemist and the regulated systems. So that ensures that you get a genuine medicines, adhere the compliances, and the strong customer trust. Transparent pricing and discount-driven models also attracts a good customer, and you will always have a consistent flow of the repeat purchases. Apart from that, the healthcare is an essential category. So you will always have steady demand, daily sales, strong repeat customer base. So that is what you can, take advantage of. And lastly, this is a 4-4 model, franchise-owned, franchise-operated, and also a very low entry. If you look into the overall investment, is absolutely moderate, right? Very, very moderate kind of investment. So low entry, scalable model, end-to-end support, including setup, supply chain, training, marketing. That's, that makes it easier to operate and grow. Even if you compare it with other brands, maybe as I said that, how would you compare it with the Apollo Pharmacy or the MedPlus? I think what makes Pharmacy Bazaar is a little better on the higher side is that the affordability, plus technology enablement and franchise model, wherein I'm not sure if Apollo or the MedPlus provides franchising, right? Apollo is primarily in premium class, right? But I think the price of the medicine at Pharmacy Bazaar is comparatively be better.
Okay.
Investment.
I think
Yeah.
there is only one last question which I would like to answer regarding the marketing. So company will be heavily investing in promoting each and every outlet which will be settled up in any location. So company will be doing all kinds of paid campaigns, promotions on social media platforms in order to bring footfall to the franchise stores. There will be some local marketing activities which will be planned in a phased-wise manner, which will also be instructed by the company, which need to be done from the franchisee end. But a lot of central marketing activities, promotions, as well as social awareness campaigns will be run by the company in order to promote each and every store of Pharmacy Bazaar. So company will be heavily investing in marketing promotion also for expanding their physical outlets in different regions, locations, and cities. Yes.
Right. So I think that's it for the day. I think we probably have answered almost all the questions which we received in the Q&A and the chat box. However, we still believe that, just 30, 40 hours, minutes is not good enough to understand the overall business. I understand that you must have a lot many other questions that you would like to ask to the brand itself. So my request is to please get in touch with Bimal. Bimal Agarwal is head of business from the eastern part side, part of India, and also, leading this brand pan-India expansion. So, Bimal, if you could just share your number in the chat box. So Bimal is sharing the number. Anyone who want to go with this can connect with him. It is indeed a very affordable kind of franchise. You can go because there will always be a demand. Medical sector is something which is absolutely sustainable, right? So I think there is absolutely no loss in these kind of businesses. So if you want, you can get in touch with Bimal and he's going to help you further. So that's it for the day, everyone. Thank you so much for coming and watching this, understanding this business opportunity. I really appreciate all viewers' time, and I would also like to appreciate and thank to my colleague Bimal, Tanu, and Krishna sir for coming here today. So that's it for the day, everyone. See you tomorrow once again with a new brand, and we'll explore another business opportunity. Till then, take care. Have a nice day ahead.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.